Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard with the Traveling Time with Dan show. Today I'm mixing travel with history and with leadership and of course with me, Dan Blanchard. Today I'm at the Little Red Schoolhouse in Gaylordsville, like New Milford, Connecticut. All right. This history here is absolutely fascinating. When you think about the history of education, you're thinking about like democracy is what you're thinking about, right? And remember, a lot of public education didn't start off perfect. It started off, with donations, started off with like a lot of Christian driven stuff, church driven stuff. But eventually, there's going to be a law in Massachusetts in 1647. It's going to be called the Old Deluder Satan Act. Yeah, I guess they didn't want the kids to act like Satan or something like that, right? But it basically says anytime there's a town that has 50 or more families in it, they have to get a school and get a teacher, and that's going to come from taxes. It's not going to come from like the charity stuff and all that. And eventually what's going to happen is Horace Mann's going to come around, the father of education, and his modern schools based on the Prussian model over in Europe. 1900, it's going to have this huge immigration wave in the United States. It's going to be a huge influx of immigrants. It's really going to stress the education system, and education here is going to become compulsory in the United States. Mandate, you got to go. And this is when like the kids, they're going to take the kids out of the factories and fields. Now, this is tough because the kids don't belong in the factories and fields, trading their education away to help pay, help their parents pay for like their apartment. But, they took them out. They took them out of the fields, out of the factories, put them in the schools. Financially, this hurt the parents a lot and hurt the families financially. But, at least the kids now had a future, which is, what's that, short-term pain, long-term gain, all that sorts of stuff, right? And then eventually you're going to have, what's going to happen is the Freedmen Bureau. Forget about that. You get the Freedmen Bureau. It's going to be a lot of freedmen are going to be educated. Later on, you have the civil rights, right? Brown versus the Board of Education. A lot of it's going to change education. And then, just kind of going back to like right here. I mean, guys, you got like 200 years of one schoolroom schoolhouse. Freaking amazing. 17, 18, 1900s. It's pretty much, it's the longest running one-room schoolhouse in Connecticut. And we have right here, it's like a living link, to like district rural education. It was organized basically, 1700s to the mid-1900s. So it's just absolutely incredible. All right, and this began on donations, like how it happened. And then it went to like taxes, right? And believe it or not, you could pay some of your taxes in firewood. Yeah, because this place had to like get some heat, right? And eventually this is going to become School District 14. And guess what teachers were paid here? Teachers were paid $1.25 a week. Isn't that wild? $1.25 a week. All right. Now, around 1850, the school is in some pretty rough condition. They're going to like knock down the school, build a new school. But the people here like love this school so much that they're like, absolutely not, no way. We will not pay our taxes if you do that. And the threat of not paying the taxes made the town say, well, let's just repair this school and just keep it going. And they did for a long, long time. And in 1952, you ready for this? 1952, they got rid of the outhouse. Yep, they got rid of the outhouse in 1952. You can see the roommate just kind of continues over here. They got electricity here, and they got a oil furnace, got rid of the coal furnace. So they were going big time, right? 1967, unfortunately, not much longer. They closed the doors. Today, the Gaylords Historical Society runs this place, and they open it up on Sundays in July and August. If you want to come check it out, you absolutely can come check it out. So if you have never been down here, this is like a really cool part of Connecticut. You should definitely check it out. I like to combine leadership with this. So what is the leadership? The leadership is leaders, they bet on people that they may never meet by putting together a public education system, collecting taxes, right? They bet on people that they're never going to meet, our youth. And that's special. That's very special. All right, everybody, this is Dan Blanchard with Travel on Time with Dan. Thank you for spending time with me, where we spend some time doing some traveling, mixing some history, mixing some leadership, and of course me. And I will be back with another episode real soon. You take care now.